This is probably going to be a slightly different approach to videos similar to this that you may have seen, but I'm going to be completely honest and frank and just straight up with everyone who's watching this video. So I used to be someone that was always feeling down about the way I looked. I was basically playing the victim card with a lot of things, even though I didn't feel like I was at the time. So I was constantly feeling like I looked ugly. I always felt like uncomfortable and stuff, like in my own skin. And I was always like in relationships so needy and just so retarded. It's just like, ugh. But I had to realize that the only person that could make me feel validated and feel fulfilled and feel happy, and that could really end those feelings, because I used to kind of look for other people to fill my own void within that I had with myself, that I didn't love myself and stuff. So I would look for it from relationships, and I realized that that is just not where it comes from. You cannot carry on being like that. That's what I had to tell. That's what I was telling myself when I finally had enough and of playing the victim card. So that was when I put my foot down with myself and I made that choice to basically stop being a victim, to choose to start to learn to love myself and like myself. Then that was when I was able to build up my self-esteem, and things just completely changed for me, and I have not looked back. So a typical day for me is a happy day. I'm happy with myself, and even though I don't have all the things that I want yet, I'm still happy in myself. And before, I wasn't. I would be unhappy most days, and then it would be an exception if I was happy. You know, even though I put on a front to everyone, that's just what it was. So for me now to be in this space where majority of my life is happy, majority of my days are happy, and I have the odd down day, odd bad day like everyone, well, like most people, that makes me very happy, and I know that I've come a long way. So if you're looking for self-esteem, if you're looking for validation, if you're looking for happiness and you feel like you have a void because you don't care about yourself, then you're the only person that can change that. You have to decide and make a choice to love yourself and to actually start caring about yourself. So this is what you need to do every single time, because it's all about your mindset and your mind frame. So every single time you start saying something horrible to yourself, you have to realize it and you have to change that thought. You have to combat it by saying something nice to yourself. Every time you feel miserable and you want to go to bed or lie down or eat, whatever the thing is for you, then you have to change that habit with something positive for yourself. So you might take up reading a book, you might take up learning a language, you might take up, I don't know, having a nice bath, you might take up lighting a candle or something. Every time you feel down in the dumps, you've got to do something to make yourself happier and bring yourself up, because you can't go through life expecting everyone else to do it for you. You have to learn how to do it yourself. It's part of being a grown-up, it's part of being an adult, and you just have to get used to it. I know it's horrible, but you just have to. So the next thing that you need to do if you want to build up your self-esteem is stick to it. So you're trying to now be good to yourself because you're putting your best foot forward, you're treating your body well, you're being nice to yourself, like mentally, you're trying to be the person that you want to be. So the thing to do next is to be consistent with that and just keep it going. And it's gonna seem like a long shot. Sometimes you might look at yourself and think, oh, I don't know, whatever the thing is for you, oh, I'm so ugly, or oh, I'm so stupid, or you might think whatever the thing is that you have an issue with yourself, or just, oh, I need someone, or whatever the thing is that's holding you back from having high self-esteem. So whenever you kind of feel the low self-esteem creeping back up, you need to go even harder with being consistent with the steps that you've already taken, which is just to keep on being nice to yourself and keep on catching that bad thought and then trying to replace it with a positive one about yourself. And that is literally it. That's the road to having high self-esteem. It's not easy because you have to do it yourself. You can go and speak to a therapist, you can go and do counseling, you can do all of these things, but you are the person at the end of the day that has to put in that work and do it. And I am just living proof, because I was literally that person that just had such low self-esteem. It was disgusting. It was literally a joke. My self-esteem was so low, and I used to think that I looked so horrible, but then I wasn't even making an effort because I felt like, oh, there's no point or whatever it is. But there is a point. So basically, if there's something that you have a lot of low self-esteem about, then make more of an effort. So if you do feel like you're stupid, then start reading more. If you do feel like you look horrible, then start dressing better. Learn to do your makeup. Just start doing stuff that can help to make those insecurities go away, along with you changing how you view yourself, like mentally. And that is how to overcome low self-esteem and how to gain high self-confidence, and basically be able to validate yourself instead of seeking it outside and from everybody else, because nobody else can validate you. But looking for someone, like, as an adult, if you're looking for another adult to validate you, it's ridiculous, and you really have to realize that and validate yourself. And then if someone else comes along, then it's a bonus and it can make you extra happy, but you have to be happy with yourself, whether someone else is around or not, basically. So that's this video. I really do hope that it got to you. I know that it's probably like, oh, this girl, she's just saying do this and do that. It's easier said than done, but that's why you have to actually do it, and not just say it, or not just watch loads of videos about it or read self-help books. You have to practice, put these things into practice. So do what I've said, and I really hope it works for you. I don't want any ladies to have low self-esteem and stuff, because it's just not nice. And I'm gonna leave you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. If you have any video requests, then please put them in the comments, and I would be happy to do that. And I'll see you guys really soon. Bye.